next topic for us is to understand what is a constructor and what is a destructor. The name itself is very clear here. Constructor is something which is going to behave in a constructive way, whereas destructor is going to do some destructive action. It's very revealing out of the term itself. So now what we are going to do is we are going to understand the basic necessity of why do we need a constructor before we get into the coding. The next topic for us is to understand what is a constructor and what is a destructor. The name itself is right. A constructor is something which is used to initialize an object. It is like you are given with a plate for eating. The plate is a little nasty. So what will you do? Will you eat the plate? Will you eat the food with the same plate without cleaning it? You will obviously clean the plate before you use it. Likewise, I am getting an object. I need to initialize the object. So I am going to initialize the object before I will use it. And after I use it, I need to clean the plate again to keep it back for someone else's usage. After I use the object, I need to free the memory that the object has used. It is as good as I am taking something, I will clean it before I use. I have completed the usage, I will clean it again and I will keep it back in the table. That is it. There is no rocket science in it. I am taking something, I will use it in a neat way. I have completed the usage, I will keep it in a neat way back. So a simple example is provided here in front of you where I am having a constructor. A constructor has to be named in the same name as class. The class name is constructor demo here. So I use the same name here as constructor demo. Inside that constructor, I am passing one argument, int b. So what is that? Let's see about it little later. Hold on for now. And inside that I print something. And I have another constructor here, constructor demo without any parameter. I have got one parameter here. I have got no parameter here. This is called parameterized constructor. This is called non-parameterized constructor. This is called as a default parameter, a default constructor. The first one where we had one parameter, one argument inside the bracket is referred to be as single parameter constructor, whereas this one is referred to be as a default constructor. And then once the construction work is over, I need to do a destructor work. You need not do anything different or any coding needs to be done for destructor to be called. Just put a tilt symbol before the constructor name. That is enough and that is called as destructor. So now I need to go to the main part of the code here. See that. Int main, I create an object for the class. The class name is constructor demo. I create an object for the class. So here is the place where the constructor is getting declared. The name of the constructor should be same as the name of the class. The moment the object is created, I am trying to initialize the object. So how will I initialize? I am putting a number here as 2. Now my compiler will go here and search for the constructors available. There are two constructors available. One is with one parameter and another one is with no parameter. I am passing 2, so it is a single argument constructor, single parameter constructor. So this will be called now. I am passing some number there, right? What is it? It is an integer. It is 2. Now the 2 will be caught here. It will be caught as b. The copy of the data will come here and now I am assigning a with b. Simple. I am trying to pass some content from the main to the constructor. Through the constructor, I can assign the value to the local variable that I have. Now, next step, see that. This is very important. I am now creating another object here, but I didn't have any parameter or any argument. So now the compiler will again come here to see if there are any constructors without arguments. So this is the one that has no argument. Now this is referred to be as a default constructor. So the compiler is brilliant enough to understand or to catch the right type of constructor for your call. When the object is called and the object is created and when the arguments are passed, the corresponding constructor with arguments will be called and appropriate action will be taken. Whereas if it is a no argument constructor, there will be a default constructor that will come into play and it will help you. So the moment you do it, you will get the easiest output and the object is initialized. This is a very simple thing. A constructor is used to constructively initialize an object. There are two types of constructors available. There are three types actually. Let's not worry about the copy constructor. It's slightly complex, so let's keep it for now. Once you get understanding, you can get into it later. The first one is a default constructor where there is no argument requirements available. Second one is a parameterized constructor. It can be single parameter constructor, dual parameter constructor, something like that. The third one is going to be copy constructor. We are not going to see that right now. We'll see it little later. So, how will the destructor behave? The destructor is something that will be automatically called. You need not explicitly call it from main. Please understand this point. I have not called destructor anywhere here. It will be automatically called. So with this example, I'm going to the next topic. There are rules and regulations for you to use constructor. Constructor is of two types according to us. We have skipped the third type, but I mentioned it as default constructor and copy constructor. Let's not confuse ourselves with copy constructor now. A default constructor is a no argument constructor. Default constructor, and most importantly, there is another type of constructor that we have seen. It is parameterized constructor. And constructor or a destructor cannot have a return type. So please understand, this is an interview question. They may ask you a question as what is a return type of constructor or a destructor. There is no return type for a constructor or a destructor. Pointers and references should not come with constructors and destructors. I cannot play around or shuffle around with the pointers and references through the constructors and destructors. Most importantly, constructors can never be declared as static, constant or volatile, and there is no constructor by name virtual. Virtual is a very important keyword that we will use in the later part of this learning for virtual functions, pure virtual functions. So let's not take much of the pain to understand it now. But a constructor cannot be called with a keyword virtual. So for you to understand again, a constructor is something that is used to initialize. A destructor is something that is used to wipe off whatever you have initialized with. A constructor can never return a value. A constructor has no return type. That's the point. Pointers and references can never be in alignment with constructors and destructors. The constructors and destructors can never be declared as static, constant or volatile. Constructors cannot be used with the keyword virtual. So with these basic points, we can go to the next topic, access specifiers. It is very important to understand access specifiers very clearly. So please pay attention. This is a very commonly asked interview question as well.